Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liv, or Olivia if you are new here, and welcome to my back to school readathon vlog, but also my first fall reading vlog. First of all, I feel like it's been a hot freaking minute since I actually did a vlog. I've done a lot of sit-down videos. I obviously traveled to Washington and kind of vlogged that, but as far as like doing a cozy reading vlog, it's been a long time, and honestly I kind of missed it. So I'm so incredibly excited that we are doing this readathon. If you guys know nothing about it and you're like, what is the back to school readathon? It was created by Gwen from Gwendolyn Kensinger here on YouTube. She is kind of like the mastermind behind this readathon. I'm also co-hosting with Keisha from A Book Like You and also Jess from Reading with Jess, so if you guys have not checked them out before, definitely do so. But basically the whole theme of this readathon is we are picking books that are associated with classes in school, and we have Spirit Week with photos and things like that, and we have lots of live shows going on, so there's lots of exciting things happening this week. But I wanted to just quickly walk you guys through the books I am going to be reading this week, and I am so excited about it because I had an original TBR. It was very big and it was not gonna happen, and I was like, you know what, let me just combine some of my first fall books with this readathon. So that's what we're doing. I have lots of different vibes in my TBR, but let me just go ahead and walk you through those. So the first class is English, and that is the first prompt to read a book with an academic setting. Also read a book with a number in the title, which is math class. And then we have PE, which is to read a book featuring some type of activity. And for all three of those prompts, I decided to choose one book, and that is The Atlas 6. I have seen this book come around every single fall. I consistently see this author talked about in the community. I've never read anything by her, and I feel like this is a good place to start. I'm hoping. I also own Masters of Death, but I'm very nervous. I feel like this is quite a big book to try to accomplish for this readathon, but it's dark academia and they fight in here, and there's just gorgeous illustrations. I mean, look at these end pages. They're just it's so cool, and honestly I'm not sure if I'm like a dark academia girly or not, so we're gonna find out in this vlog. Then we have Lunch, which is the best class period, which is to read a book with a recipe in it. It could be within the story or a recipe in the back, and for me I chose The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. There are actually really cute pumpkin treats, some for your dog, some for humans, in the back of this. It's about Holly, who owns, I think, the Sugar Maple Inn, and lots of people believe in like supernatural or hauntings or ghosts, and so of course you have a lot of tourists that come through and want to visit this town. But apparently at this gazebo in the back, which also gives me Gilmore Girls vibes, there is a dead body, and then apparently there's like this TV series in development called Apparition Apprehenders. So we kind of have a lot of different elements going on here, some cozy, some creepy, but I think it's gonna be a really good time. We have Social Studies, which is to read a book with multiple timelines, and for this one I chose The Nesting by C.J. Cook. I love to have a good thriller on hand for my readathons, and I was obsessed with The Lighthouse Witches last year, and this one sounds nothing short of amazing. It's kind of like a gothic creepy thriller with two young girls, and there's a nanny involved. I can probably tell you a little bit more once I actually get into this, but I've been dying to pick up another C.J. Cook book, and this is gonna be the perfect time for it, so I'm hoping I can find the audio somewhere. I am so confident that I'm gonna love this one. We have Science Class, which is to read a book with the sun, moon, stars, planet, anything on the cover, and I chose Witches of Brooklyn, which is a cute little middle grade graphic novel. Don't know much about it. I've had this for years, and there is little stars actually in the background. You probably can't see it from that far away, but I promise you there's twinkling stars up here. This also just looks kind of scientific because you have like potion bottles and stuff, so I feel like this is going to be the perfect choice. It's just about this younger girl who has some really crazy weird aunts, and she might possibly have magic inside her. I also decided to choose another graphic novel because I have plenty that I could get through, and that is was When You're at Ellsmere by Faith Erin Hicks. This is for the prompt to just read a graphic novel or manga because of art class. This one definitely has that academic setting, so I feel like it fits perfectly for this prompt, and it takes place at a boarding school, and there's rumored to be a mythical beast on campus. So I love Faith Erin Hicks, I love Pumpkinheads, so this will be, I think, only my second that I've read from her, but super excited about it. And then we have Study Hall, which is just to watch a movie that is set in a school. So there are a ton of options I could use for this. I most likely will be rewatching Princess Diaries or maybe Mean Girls or some classic movie like that. But this is going to be my TBR for the week. I'm super excited about it. It's quite a lot. I'm definitely going to have audio for all of these except for the graphic novels, but I don't have much planned this week other than some editing, your typical filming, stuff like that. But I need to go ahead and get started right away because I'm a little bit scared about this TBR, but we shall see what happens. I will take you guys along for the journey with me. I'm not sure what else I'm going to be doing today or in this vlog in general, but we do have reading sprints tonight, which is Friday night to kick off the readathon. We have some Monday night on Jesse's channel, and then like a bookish superlative live show on Gwen's channel on Wednesday. So other than that, not sure what else we're going to be doing. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just dive straight into this one. Cozy on up, get in bed, and hopefully knock out a couple hours of this before the sprints tonight. Hello friends, welcome to day 3, which is Sunday of the readathon. I just filmed my September TBR, so that's why I'm sitting here, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna update the people on what I've been reading and doing. So yesterday I obviously went to go get my first pumpkin spice of the season. It was amazing. I spent the afternoon reading and hanging out with my family at their pool. It's been a really long time since I've seen my family just because I've been gone and so busy, and so it was really fun to just hang out with them for the afternoon. I came back, picked up dinner. My husband and I watched The Menu with Anya Taylor-Joy, and it was kind of crazy insane. I don't know that I would recommend it to everyone, but it was a good time. It was entertaining. We really enjoyed it. But I did end up finishing Witches of Brooklyn at the pool, and it was so cute. I think I'm giving it like a 4.5 star. I really loved the overall messages in this book. The artwork, the humor was absolutely top tier. I think the 4th one in this series comes out this year, and this is perfect for fall time. So I would definitely pick this one up, or at least put it on your list for the fall season, because it was just so cute and so adorable. I loved the sisters, or the aunts, in this book. They just absolutely made the story so good. In this story, like I said before, we have this girl who finds out that she has magical capabilities. Her aunts actually are like, I don't know, a chiropractor and something else, but they have this super famous pop star, which she loves, comes to their house because she has like this red face and she needs help. And so the aunts just go through all these different trial and error, different spells to help her, but the pop star is not who she imagined that she would be in person. So anyways, I loved the overall theme of this book. I thought it was really good. And just an update on the Atlas 6, I am currently on page, I think, 150 of this book. I definitely need a little bit of a break. Not that it's too pretentious, but not a lot is happening and I'm a little bit bored, so I decided to put it down, and instead last night I finally picked up The Nesting and I flew through 50 pages of this. It's so good, but let me just say there's suicide as a big trigger warning right off the bat. It's pretty dark. Our main character is actually pretending to be this girl named Sophie who is supposed to be getting hired by this family as a nanny. So she's pretending to be someone she isn't, while also struggling with these psychotic episodes, and it's just, oof, it's got me on the edge of my seat. It's eerie, it gives me the chills, and I am loving it. The audio is also phenomenal. I decided to pull the trigger and get an Audible credit for this one because I couldn't find it anywhere else, and it was so worth it. I'm loving it so far. So I think my main focus today is going to be on possibly just flying through this one. I do still have Murder at the Pumpkin Pageant to get through, but I think that'll be more of like an easy breezy one for during the week. So that is my reading update. Also, I decided to make this cute little easy spread. I like to do this for readathons because it keeps me on track. So this is kind of my progress. I don't know if you can really see that, but I'm not doing too bad. We have 2 books done, and we have almost half of another one done, 50 pages into another. So I think today we are just going to read, get some caffeine, we might watch Mean Girls, maybe diamond paint. It's just pretty much a chill Sunday, so I'm going to take you guys along with me. long wrap up. I am just gonna say I'm not necessarily disappointed in myself, but I definitely did not get as much reading done as I hoped I would in this vlog or during this readathon. But life happens, things happen, that's okay. I still had the best time ever with the Bookish Superlative live show and the sprints and seeing all your amazing pictures for this readathon, and honestly it was just really fun to get into the fall mood or slowly kind of transition into some fall reading. I didn't get as much reading done as I wanted to, but that's okay. We have all fall long and I'm just glad that you guys seem to have a lot of fun. But before I go ahead and wrap up what I did read, I wanted to share with you the books that I did end up picking up when I went to Barnes & Noble with my friend Ashley. She's a really good friend of mine here. We've known each other since college. We don't get to see each other as much as we would like to. She's been renovating her house and things like that this past summer, so it has been months since we've been able to hang out. But Ashley is also a reader like I am. She obviously doesn't read as much, but we love to read almost the same exact things, and so it was fun to just go through the bookstore and point things out and give her recommendations. I think she ended up with Fourth Wing and Tress by Brandon Sanderson, both of which I think she's gonna love. I have not yet read Tress, but I've heard that's like Princess Bride kind of with pirates or something, and I also own that one, so I think that's gonna be her vibe. But I just picked up two brand new releases that I've been dying to get my hands on. The first one is Good Bad Girl by Alice Feeney. You guys know she's like my top favorite, or at least top 3 favorite thriller writers of all time. When bad things happen to good people, sometimes good people have to do bad things. Just that right there is just... man, I am so excited. It looks like there's 5 different viewpoints or so in this book, which is really intriguing. It's also a lot tinier than I thought it was going to be, but I'm definitely going to be picking this one up ASAP because I cannot wait any longer. I have heard such good things about this already. I've been so jealous of everyone that got ARCs and review copies and everything, but it's finally in my hands and oh, it is beautiful. I also picked up the last copy and I'm so glad I did because I would have been very upset if they hadn't had it. And I also found the last copy of I'm Not Done With You Yet by Jessie Q. Sutanto. I love Jessie Q. Sutanto. She is hilarious. I loved Vera Wong's. I loved Out A for Aunties. She has quickly turned into an author that's like a feel-good author for me. And while this one does give off darker thriller vibes, like Killing Eve in a way, it says it's actually kind of humorous from one of the blurbs on the back. It infuses humor and heritage, and it's like a suspenseful rom-com. So I think that's gonna be an interesting take on this book. I don't know, I'm just very curious what this book is gonna have in it. Is it gonna be funny? Is it gonna be like way too dark? Is it gonna be like gory dark or psychological? I don't know. This is her first adult real thriller, so I'm here for it. I think she's gonna be able to make it work and I could not be more excited about it. As for my readathon reading, I don't think I have much more of an update than from last time I talked to you, other than the fact that I did start Murder at the Pumpkin pageant and I am 50 pages in and I'm loving it. You guys, there is major Gilmore Girls vibes in here. Just from the first chapter, we're talking about pumpkin patches and apple cider donuts and pumpkin spice lattes and carving pumpkins and orange trees and crisp strolls and the fall air, and I'm like, this is going to be the coziest, most perfect cozy mystery of all time. So I am definitely going to be finishing this one. I can already tell it's at least going to be 4 or 4.5 stars. I knew this was going to be the perfect cozy mystery when it mentioned going back to Hogwarts. They're talking about TikTok and like witch talk and goblin core and like all of these like very interesting things that are very much relevant now, which I know this just got published this year, but I was not expecting it to be in a cozy mystery. Our main character's boyfriend is even named Rory, okay? Like, this has got to be like not necessarily Gilmore Girls fanfic, but there's no way this author is not a fan of Gilmore Girls. I can already like recommend it. It's just gonna be perfect to get into the fall season. I did finish this one, and after sitting on it, I think I'm gonna end up rating it like a 3.5 stars maybe, to be completely honest. I feel like The Light Witches was like a 4.5, but there was something about this that just wasn't quite hitting me right. There was a trope thrown in here that I didn't exactly love. It kind of just took a turn that, I don't know, I loved Norse mythology, I think it was. There was definitely like those spooky paranormal elements and times when my heart rate was definitely elevated. So I feel like this is another good fall book for sure, but it's not going to stand out as like one of my favorites of all time. But the atmosphere is there, the creepy vibes are there, and if you've never read a CJ Cook, you definitely need to give it a try. And then I did manage to read both of these graphic novels. This one's a 3-star, this one's like a 4.5. This one I definitely will be looking into getting the rest of the series. I think it's gonna be such a fun one. The ants in this were freaking hilarious. I loved the simplistic art style. I just loved everything about it. And this one was a very simple story. Didn't love the art style. I mean, the story was okay. I would have loved to see more of like the magical elements weaved throughout the story. It was also extremely short. Maybe it needed to be a little bit longer. It was very straightforward, very straight to the point. I feel like people that are just getting into graphic novels may enjoy this one, but I think this one was definitely my favorite out of the two. Last but not least, I made it 150 pages into this one. I was doing a good job of keeping momentum with reading this, but again, I just got busy. I'm definitely going to be finishing this one. It's different, but kind of the same as I expected it to be. We are very strong on the character development, and I don't know, just not a lot is happening. There's a little bit of a lull with the book, maybe because we're setting things up for what's to come. I'm not sure, but with it being how short it is, it's only 350 pages for a fantasy. I feel like I expected a little bit more to be happening at this point, so I'm definitely going to be finishing it, but I'm like questioning myself if dark academia is really kind of my thing. I will be reading it, like I said. I may even love it by the end and pick up the second one. I am enjoying the characters, but I just did not get around to finishing this, unfortunately. I really enjoyed just kind of bringing out some fall decor and just enjoying a nice cozy week of reading. It has been such a crazy month of August, and I'm glad that we're finally calming down and things are, you know, going into the fall season. I can have more time for reading and all of the cozy things. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you to Gwen for planning and hosting this whole readathon. I had such a blast. It was just the perfect time to do this, to get into the fall mood. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching this video. I hope this got you kind of into the fall mood. I know it got me into the fall mood. I'm actually about to prep and film for my Get Ready for Fall with Me video this weekend, so this just put me in the perfect mood to bring out the fall books and all of the cozy things and decorations, and I hope it got you guys in the mood too. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video.